These are the best bets for UFC Fight Night, Dern versus Ribas 2. I'm going to go one by one breaking these down. And let's get straight into it. Before I get into it, you see the link in the bottom. Subscribe to Winnable. It's free. Literally get a free 3-leg. You get our picks. And if you like to support the channel, become a premium member, man. Become a premium member. Check the past videos. We hit. We literally hit. One of my friends won 2,800. One of my other friends won 500. We win money. Subscribe to Winnable. The link is on the bottom of this. And let's get straight into it. We're going to break these down one by one. Magomed. Solid dog. If you guys seen the video, we did the early predictions. We were able to actually snag Magomed up at minus 160. And he's just been going down ever since. He's at a minus 225. I wouldn't be surprised come fight day he's a minus 250, minus 245. He's a wrestler. He's not that good off his back, but he's a solid wrestler, man. And yeah, I mean, I'm just hyped. I'm just hyped. He like had 10 minutes control time on his last opponent. He looked good. And he looked very promising. He's undefeated. And I can't really complain too much. He hasn't been finished. And he usually likes to squeeze out decisions. But listen, man. To each their own. Moving on, we got Marco Polo. Minus 500. I don't believe he should be a minus 500. He should win this fight against Ihar. He should win this fight. It's kind of set up for him to win. IHOP is on like a losing streak. He's not the best in the UFC. He's pretty inconsistent and was on I believe like a 5-fight losing streak at one point. So I just like Marco Tulio as a favorite. I think he's a very solid favorite. Then we have Austin Bashi. He's versing the gatekeep god, Rodriguez, but I think he'll be able to get this one done. Austin Bashi, he's a chain wrestler, has amazing striking. He's just all around good. He's not a bum. He looked very impressive in the Dana White Contender Series. He's 13-0. Him and Magomed are undefeated. And I just believe in Bashi's ability. And yeah, he's able to get finishes. I've seen some of his submissions. I was looking through his IG. And this guy's leg kicks are insane. And he shot 16 takedowns in his last fight. 16 takedowns, and his leg kicks sound like gunshots. Even though Rodriguez is a gatekeep goat, even though he does be gatekeeping, I just think he's not going to gatekeep Bashi. And I think Bashi will probably be able to break the Rodriguez gatekeep curse. If you don't know Rodriguez, the guy Bashi's versing, he took Chiwiwi Sizo or Raul Rosas Jr., took a whole bunch of prospects O's. But I think Bashi will be able to get this one done. Then we have Euros Medic. He's versing Punahil. Punahil is a wrestler when he wants to be. He shot about 7 takedowns in his last fight. I don't really believe in him. Medic's wins are all finishes. 10 up, 10 down. He had kind of like a grappling background before the UFC, but in the UFC, he really just prefers to go for KOs. So Punahil, if he wrestles, this will be an interesting fight. He might be able to squeeze out a decision, but if he's just trying to stand up with Medic, I just feel like he needs to be way more precise than Medic. Medic probably land a couple punches and just KO him to sleep. So this should be an interesting fight. The pick will be Medic, of course. He's a solid favorite, man. Then we have Nurulo Aliev. The guy he was supposed to verse, he copped it. He's out the fight. So Aliev is definitely a lock, in my opinion. The guy he's versing is coming on a short notice. This guy allegedly bit his last opponent. Like, do with that information as you will. He allegedly bit his last opponent. And he's a solid wrestler. And before we get into underdogs, subscribe to become a premium member. It's at the bottom. And it's in the description. Link is in the description. Support the channel. Then we have the underdogs now. Nicole Cagliari, bad as hell. She's fine as hell. She's, in my opinion, top 3 women in the UFC. But that's besides the point. Nicole's versing Carrot Cake, and I think Nicole is a solid dog. She's a finisher, and even though Carrot Cake has an insane height and reach advantage, Carrot Cake's about like 5'9", Nicole's like 5'3", 5'2". I just feel like Carrot Cake just doesn't have what Nicole has. She doesn't have that wrestling, ground, grappling game. So if Nicole wins this, it's most likely on the ground, just because the reach advantage is so significant for Carrot Cake. But yeah, Carrot Cake probably try to keep this standing, but I think Nicole's a solid dog. And then we have probably the craziest underdog on this card, Victoria Dudakova, who was just undefeated not too long ago, and she was like a minus 400 against Sam Hughes. And she lost one fight, and now she's a plus 625 underdog against a woman who only has 7 fights. What are we talking about? Victoria Dudakova, 3.5 spread, is a lock, in my opinion. Victoria Dudakova, though, solid underdog, 625. Plus 625 is insane to me. If you're a gambler and you like to just throw crazy bets, she could win this. I don't know how she's like this. Like, Fatima Klein, yeah, she has the grappling advantage, but Victoria Dudakova has decent wrestling and solid striking. She has KOs on her resume. I don't know. Then we have Trey Ogden. We broke this down in the underdog video in detail. I just believe he'll be able to capitalize on the scrambles, do his thing on the ground, and I just feel like he might be even able to expose Thiago and maybe catch a sub. I think he's a solid underdog, though. Moving on. Now we have the 3-leg. Moving forward for 2025, we're gonna give you guys a solid 3-leg, and if you guys want the rest of the bets, subscribe to Winnable. It's that easy. But the 3-leg for this week will be Cesar Almeida, Austin Bashi, and Aliev. Cesar Almeida, if he just survives the first 2 rounds, he's versing a guy who's literally a power puncher. But, like, he's only going to win if he gets a knockout. But Cesar Almeida, I think he'll be able to drag it into the deep waters and maybe squeeze out a KO or a decision. And Austin Bashi and Aliev, I went over them. They're solid picks. For plus 120, this is a solid bet. Then we got the safety parlay. The safety parlay literally hasn't missed for 5 cards. I'm literally giving you guys free money at this point. It's literally free money. Safety parlay has been going crazy. Like, everything could go wrong, but the safety parlay. Like literally. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to Winnable. Subscribe to the channel. Share this with a friend. UFC 311 will be insane. UFC Fight Night versus Dern will be something to watch. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm out.